Oh man, we got some live in this motherfucker. Hey, get live in this motherfucker. Hey, if I told one time we say, hey, who got the juice? I got the juice, baby. Who got the juice? I got the juice, baby. Who got the juice?
I've been had the juice, my boy. You asked for the boss and they sent for me. Analyze that.
Heavy-handed with the style, you see the sauce I'm dripping. 4 4s on 4 Vogues, bro, we stay tipping. 3 5 to the face, rolled it fresh out the zippy. Making mailbox money, R.I.P. to Nipsey. Sheesh, this cushion orange juice. Quality you gotta choose, my aura in a different spectrum. Super Saiyan high altitudes, where you'll find my attitude. 10-4, yeah, I make vibes, I'm on my business. I'm never online acting a fool, or crying for attention, or begging for views. See, I'm a chill dude, but I'm a fly motherfucker. I'ma do what I do, wave, fly stepper, baby, watch how I move. I moonwalk with steel toe.
What up, Black Sauce here. Got my boy Skilly Waves in the studio today.
What up, what's going on?
Actually, I came to him. We're in his studio.
Pulled up for the vibes, shout out Black Sauce.
Hell yeah. So I kind of guess, let's get straight into it. Who are you and what do you do for a living?
My name is Skilly Waves. I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm an engineer. I'm a producer. I'm a creator of vibes. If you need to get it right, you come get right with me. I get you right. That's what we do.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing music for like the majority of my life. And anything artistic related, I'm probably in there somehow. So, you know what I mean? Just a whole lot of creating for sure.
So, at what age do you think you knew you were going to do something with music?
With music?
With art?
I think I always was artistic because I used to like to draw at like the youngest age as a kid and stuff, and little doodles and things like that. But music, I can't say I had like some spontaneous moment that was like, oh, I'm gonna be famous and a rapper and this and that. I really don't think I ever had one. I just like, when I got captivated into the music, I thought it was cool. And then when I saw a couple homies that were local, when I got a chance to be around some stuff, I was like, man, that's kind of cool. I want to do that. But yeah, it kind of just caught my attention and I got into it.
So, how old were you when you started all that?
So I was like 15 when I was like kind of trying to dabble into the music scene and everything. Shout out my boy P Shorty from Untouchable. If you guys were tapped in with the music scene from like, I want to say like 2005, 2008, they were definitely really active those summers. So I had the opportunity to meet my homeboy Andy, and we just kind of hit it off real cool. He invited me to come record. So that's actually where I recorded my very first mixtape. So yeah, we started working together, and then like around, I want to say like my sophomore year of high school is when I released my first project recorded via him at the Dope Stilo Records. Shout out the homie. And my first project was Plenty of Skills. It was funny. I remember taking a picture in front of the high school and shit. And the high school looks nothing like that picture anymore.
Yeah, it's changed. It's a lot bigger now.
But yeah, I graduated from Jerome High School. For anybody who's curious, but yeah, that's the top school I'm talking about.
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So what's I guess can you pinpoint a specific moment in your life that was like, damn, music's it for me?
I want to say probably when I had like my first like. I don't know, because I could go a couple different ways with that answer, but I think to suffice to what you're asking, there was this one time that I performed in Boise at the Knitting Factory, and I can't remember, I think it was like the Yin Yang Twins that I was opening up for, but that place was packed, and then I remember just like that like adrenaline rush, that like soul on fire feeling of like, man, this is fun right here, this shit's cool. And then for me, I guess it was just that adrenaline high of performing and, you know, just doing your thing and doing what you love. Like, it was something real memorable for me that it was almost like kind of one of those, like, forever trying to chase that feeling again. You know, so, and then the second time around that I guess it just solidified it even more was, it was I want to say like 2018. I got a chance to open up for a lowrider show in Salt Lake for Snow the Product. And that was probably my biggest crowd that I had rocked with then. and it was cool to watch everybody so like involved and like having a good time. So after that, I was like, man, I just got to keep doing this on a bigger level and a bigger level. And then, but yeah, it's just kind of performing. I guess is to give you a simpler answer. Performing is what did it for me. Just that adrenaline rush, that enjoyment of like entertaining people or like providing a good time.
Okay. So now that you've been in for doing this for a while now, I'm sure there was moments in the time where you were struggling. Is there any specific moments that you were like, man, I'm not gonna do this anymore?
Dude, all the time, bro. Like every day, like, I don't know. I mean, shout out to anybody who just creates and is willing to like be vulnerable enough to put it out and share it in the world, because the world is so like, pick apart and picky choosy, and I don't like this and I like this and blah blah blah, etc etc. But yeah, I mean, the thing is I when I first started, I feel like I really felt like I needed validation from people, but luckily, I want to say honestly, to keep it all the way funky, when I taught myself how to record and do everything that I do, that's when I really was just like, man, like, this is what I needed. This is like the reason why I won't quit, why I won't give up, because like I'm willing to take that time to invest to learn how to use all these tools or whatever, because now I didn't have to depend on nobody, you know what I mean? But yeah, there was plenty of times where I was just like, man, fuck this, bro. Like when I started during high school and school and stuff, like, I mean, I think I got probably like more jokes cracked at me about it more than anything. And it's funny because I see hella people now from like, people I went to school with now, and I'm just always like, damn, bro, you need a glass of water and some lotion, my man. Maybe a hug or something. But no, there's tons of times, bro. And then even when it's been going good, like last year, I finally went on tour last year and then got some big opportunities, some big show opportunities. And even then, bro, I definitely had like ups and downs even in those times, you know what I mean? I think it's just that I feel like this and anything that you're really trying to like capture in life that means something to you, you're always just gonna have bullshit the whole way there. I don't think people have a smooth paved road to their success, their own individual success. I really feel like you just gotta learn how to adapt, and you'll eventually get there. But don't expect that shit to be, clean paved or nothing. So, yeah, this shit. There's a lot of times when it sucks, and there's a lot of times when it's amazing. You know what I mean?
So right now you do music full time, right?
Yes, sir. We're doing that 100%. Like I said, I engineer, I produce, I mix and master, co-produce, like a whole lot of the whole nine. You know what I mean? I also work with a whole lot of other artists and stuff. Studio sessions. I travel. I'm probably, out of what I know, I'm the only traveling engineer that I know of here in the state. So like I said, a lot of my business comes from that one, because I remember when I couldn't get to recording because of certain this or that, and like what I was like, hey, when I was really trying to just push this as my job, I was like, you know what, how can I make it more convenient for somebody that actually wants to work? So that's why I was like I said, I kind of put myself back in their shoes, and I was like, man, if somebody could have just came to me and we could have recorded, you know what I mean? So I was like, why not provide that service? So
essentially a mobile engineer.
Yeah, mobile engineer. So that kind of helped me a lot. Like I said, last year, especially with going on tour, I made a lot of different connections and like different markets and different regions and stuff like that. And yeah, if it's not mixing, it's mastering or giving somebody some ideas or ghostwriting as well. I finally got some stuff like that in my belt, you know what I mean? So that was really cool, and a nice boost to everything, and definitely just made me want to get more invested in the like business aspect of music and stuff, because it's cool, bro. Doing the rapper thing is cool, and like being all like, for show on stage and all that, that's cool. But honestly, I feel like for people that really want to make it a lucrative thing, at some point you got to really size it down and be like, hey, how the hell can I make this work? What I mean? Because now it's cool, I can go do shows and everything, but a lot of it's based off my merit of like good friendships and
No, your network.
Networking. Yeah, because honestly, your network is your net worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the more the more you can turn your situation, your foundation into a web. You know what I mean? You never know what intertwines and who knows who later. Or,
I was actually in a seminar
yeah.
like an hour ago, and they said the same thing, that your
Yeah.
network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so strongly stand by that.
I do, because I don't know, I mean, not to cut you off, I don't know if you ever heard that whole, you hang around with a bunch of dummies, you end up being a dummy.
Yep.
So for me, the other one I heard was, you know, you just hang around a lot of smarter people or more skilled people than you eventually become just as adequate as them. You know what I mean?
More. Yeah.
If not more, exactly. So, yeah, I've definitely just always been big on, you know, just trying to make something happen, man, and definitely just take life as a sponge, man.
So, so obviously, not this whole time were you able to do that, correct? So at what point did you make it your mission to do that? I'm doing this full time.
Dude, honestly, after COVID, bro, I think COVID was a weird time for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it definitely just made me, I guess, like really tunnel vision. Like, what do I want? What means what to me? What's important? Like, what do I want to make happen? Like, hey, what if this pandemic shit happens again in a couple of years and I still don't got shit to show for it?
So that was what, like 2000.
2020. That was just 4 years.
2020. Ago. Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So now 2020 is when you finally break your point and it's like, I'm doing this full time.
No, so I didn't officially go into that till like actually I want to say the end of 2022 really. Because for the next few years I was still working like odd jobs and a bunch of, you know, stuff to make ends meet and stuff like that. I always been like a hustler about going to get my work done, or, you know, putting the boots on and getting to work type shit. Like that ain't been nothing, but that was what motivated me a lot more too, to be like, man, fuck this, bro. Like,
well, you have an agriculture history too, right?
Yeah, I've raised cattle, with freaking moviendo líneas in the fucking field, like, you know what I mean? Like, boots on, fucking rainy as hell, big old fucking pipes, like, yeah, dude, like all that, La Flor, fucking picking rock, bro, just any immigrant type shit you can name it. That's what I'm from. That's what I'm cut from. That's what I did. All my little calluses and scars on my hand. That's what this all, you know, work just going.
So essentially, you did all that because you weren't fully legal here for a long time, right?
Yeah, no, I was an immigrant. I came here as an immigrant. I fixed up a little bit after my teens, like coming into my 20s is when I got legalized and was able to function and everything. But yeah, prior to that, bro, anything you can name that was just making ends meet, like the most random odd jobs too. But the thing was too, I'm really glad I went through that, because like now I'm built for work, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
like work doesn't scare you.
No, not whatsoever. And then I'm usually like the one guy in the room that won't flinch at all, because I'm like, you know what I mean? Especially when they're like, oh, it's gonna take couple months, might be a couple years. Cool, like sign me up. I'm already, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not tripping on it. And then
I've been doing it a couple years.
yeah, I've been doing it. So yeah, it ain't nothing crazy. It's just, you know, when you're built for that work and you're already in that mentality of like, I'm gonna get some shit done. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a waiting game after that, patiently for the right opportunity or the right thing to link together. But yeah.
So is there any skills you do that help you get through like the tough times? Like any like practices?
This music, dude, just recording, bro. Honestly, there's so much shit that I recorded throughout the years, or like have or wrote. For me, it's really just that like keep me sane, or like my way of like, because I feel like my brain's always like on 20. You know what I mean? And I always try to explain to people that the best way I can explain the way my brain works, like realistically, if you could close your eyes and see mine through my eyes, I always feel like, you know, when you open a bunch of tabs in a computer,
yeah,
that's how my brain feels all the time. Like I got all this shit, and then I'm like focused on this or that. And then I'm always telling people like, and if you got your iTunes or your music player in the back, like I always got, like I can always hear music in my head or something, like every little scenario and shit. But yeah, no, for me that I mean, I know a lot of people don't share that this similarity, but for me, I'd say if I was to translate that, is, I don't know, like for me it's a good way of releasing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm constantly on go, so for me it's cool to always just dump and keep and dump and go. So yeah, for me it's just that form of, you know, release. If it's not this, honestly, probably like working out, bro. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, you know, at some point.
Would you say you're religious?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I believe in God. I don't have a specific religion I like. I mean, I was born and raised Catholic, but I don't like. I can't say that I like stick to any individual in specific certain guidelines or nothing. I just, like I said, I believe in a God. I believe in my own little, beliefs. Don't do shit to others you wouldn't want done to you. Simple things like that, bro. But you know what I mean? I pray. I freaking I pray when I'm down. I pray when I'm up. You know what I mean? So I think everybody needs some kind of little faith system. Keep you going. And like I said, for me, it's not a specific religion, but yeah, I do believe in a higher force. Like something out there's got us in good favor.
Nice. Okay. So for what's your plan? I guess what's your plan for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years is to create a lot of passive income for myself. Especially now that we're in this era of the internet and like, man, there's like teens that are millionaires. There's kids that are millionaires. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to figure out what those avenues are going to be for me. I know they're definitely going to be. Some are going to be music related. Others, hopefully, I can get into some like property investments or something like that. But like I said, I definitely want to have some big, lofty, like goals of like creating just money cycles that are gonna take care of themselves, and I can just go somewhere else and prospect more business avenues and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess to put it simply for you, my next 5 years is just figuring out how to become wealthy, and secure that wealth. And then be able to just have it sustained, and then pass it on and keep it going. Copy paste, make a couple more.
Yeah.
Just keep it rocking.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I spent too much time working hard labor and working with my hands, where I was like, bro, I'm too smart to always like have to live or survive life like this. So I was like, definitely, I'm now more, like I said, now that when I started treating music more like a business or like my job for real, like I feel like everything was kind of just like microscoped a little bit too. Like life is just more like I pay attention more.
So right now I live by a motto is it's what can you do with what God gave you, right? What can you do with what you have, right? Is there anything like that for you that you kind of just live off of right now? Because for me, like, mine changes all the time.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the one that's been getting me through this, the podcast and all that.
Mm-hmm. I guess my short form answer to that would just be like instilling hope or faith into like the younger generation, or anybody that might be into music, or that's where I'm from, or that looks how I look, or that came over here as an immigrant, or didn't speak English right away. Got in face and behind your back racism, and life in you, all that. Like, if there's any kids out there like going through any of that, like, I want to be able to be like, look, bro, like, dude, I started trying to rap when I was in high school and people thought it was funny. And now I'm like, man, I'm going on vacation. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go record somewhere in the hills with a nice view off my little microphone. Y'all thought was funny, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I guess, like I said, just trying to be able to be some kind of pillar of, like I said, some hope to, like I said, just because you're from a small place or a place that doesn't even exist on a musical landscape anywhere, like, don't let that stop you, or I guess better put it, don't let any obstacle that ever comes your way make you feel like, oh man, you know what I mean? So like I said, I just want to be able to, like I said, spark that light somewhere out there. Like, maybe somebody's like, maybe Skills, shit, I'm from Jerome, blah blah blah, I'm trying to do music. Oh, he's doing all this by himself, he learned how to do all this shit, I could do it too, could probably do it better. Honestly, for me, at the end of the day, that's the one I want to spark, the one kid that's gonna be like, I can do it better. Because that, for me, I'm like, hell yeah, I hope you do it better. I hope you know what I mean, kick it up a couple notches and shit. So yeah, I guess I would be that. For me, that's a big fuel for me, just knowing that like people are watching, people do pay attention. Like, I never really trip on the like super supporter people sharing and like people this and that, because when I go out and about, like, I see that like it resonates with me in person. Like, people say what's up, like I get handshakes from important people, like I'm move and maneuver with people that have some importance, and then also too, because my pops was always telling me to be solid about your word over in anything, you know what I mean? So I've always been true to that, and I feel like it portrays in person, because like I said, the only people that don't like me are like people that I just chose not to do business with, or maybe people that I was like, no thanks. You know what I mean? But anybody I'm tight with or that I've ever functioned with, like, I mean, I don't got nothing bad to say about anybody, and I think it's vice versa.
Yeah. So for somebody that's kind of like you, starting up, never did anything like this before, what are kind of some things you would give some advice, I guess? What are some advices you would give for them?
Some advice, I guess. Like, really, really, really figure out if you want to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, do you love this shit? Do you, like, breathe this shit? Do you, like, you know what I mean? Are you obsessed with this? I feel like, because I feel like a lot of people do shit just to do it. And then a lot of people do it, like, oh, yeah, I think I want to do this. You know what I mean? For me, like, like I said, once I realized this was really, like, the thing for me, like I said, music's before everything for me because it keeps me going and keeps me motivated. Like, it just, so to somebody starting out, I'd say, how bad do you want this shit? Because if you really, like, see yourself, like, going through, like I said, when it's cool, it's cool. When it sucks, man, and you're like, man, fuck this, nobody listens to my shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Because realistically, a lot of people don't, man. Because there's rappers are like throwaway comments now. You know what I mean? Like, I remember back in the day, it was cool to be like, yeah, I'm a rapper. Now it's like, oh no, I'm an engineer, bro. I'm a producer. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like that stigma of like, oh yeah, like everybody's a rapper. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people, unfortunately, in this fucking area where we're from, there's a lot of oversaturation of shit that sucks. So, you know what I mean? It's like the I feel like a lot of the people are kind of like burnt out too a little bit on that. You know what I mean? People that don't deliver, or people that really aren't up to par or adequate, but walk around here like little divas and shit. And they kind of burn it out for the small hidden gems throughout the state. You know what I mean? Yeah. Myself and a few other people included for sure.
We gotta remember, it's the gem state.
That's what I'm saying. So if you weave through enough bullshit, you find a couple good ones here and
there. Yeah, for sure. Any questions for me? I like to give the guests an opportunity to give me a question.
So I can ask you a question? Okay, cool. So with you starting your own podcast, are you aiming for like a bigger goal with this? Meaning like, are you aiming to do like public speaking at any point ever, or like hosting a show or something like that? Or is this just something you're just doing just to step and challenge yourself out of your own comfort zone?
For me, it's to get myself out of my comfort zone to essentially, potentially, being a public speaker. Oh, okay. Because for me, I want to bring out mental illness awareness.
Oh, okay.
And this is kind of one way of taking, I guess, a stand on it. Letting everybody know on, like, we all go through it. You know what I mean? It's not all sunshine and rainbows like everybody thinks. Like, no matter who you are in life, And I just kind of want to just bring that up to make that aware, I guess.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Cool. So, but that brings us to the end of the podcast. Anything going on that you want to let people know for this summer?
I got a lot of new music coming out this summer. I'm actually going to refrain from DSPs this year. I'm solely just going to be uploading a lot of videos and music to my YouTube channel. You can check me out, Only Vibes, or look me up, Skilly Waves. I'm the only person that pops up. But yeah, I got a lot of new music. I actually just put out a $100 album last month, and it's 100 songs. It's a bunch of music I've been collecting over the last couple of years, but I just felt like just dumping it and just starting fresh. And a bunch of my music from last summer when I went on tour to this part of the year, I'm going to start dumping all that here probably like July-ish or something. You're going to start hearing all the new music. But yeah, a lot of videos, probably another tour run this summer, and then some of my own shows I'm going to be throwing as well. But yeah, I mean, just stay locked in with me. The best way to keep up with me is on Instagram. That's probably the handle that I work the most, and just at Skilly Waves. You'll find me, add me, follow me, stay tuned, stay locked in. And then, yeah, we're just going to be here, creating more music, drinking this tea, getting my lotion game on, you know what I mean?
Personally, I do have a personal question of my own.
Yeah.
When the hell are you going to get more merch?
Oh, I got more merch coming. Yeah, no, I got this big drop that I'm working on for the people Like I said, in July there's gonna be a big rollout, so there's gonna be a whole like a big. I'm gonna make a big ordeal about it. It's not just gonna be like, hey, I got this new shirt design. It's gonna be a whole event that I'm doing. I'm gonna have a few things for display and for sale that day, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a schmovie when we pop out to do that for sure. But yeah, it's on the way. We're working on a website again too. So shout out my boy Deli. He's gonna be getting something up going as well. So like I said, just come around July time. There's a lot of work on the way. So we're just getting things prepared right now, and getting the clip loaded for when we get there.
Cool. So anything going on? Because this comes out on Thursday tomorrow.
Oh. Okay.
And then being the 2nd. You got anything going on this weekend?
Yeah, actually, Friday. So if you're gonna be punctual about your job, then yeah, Friday, the Reef in Boise, Idaho, downtown. There's a free show going on, 21 and up. Come fuck with us. It's called the Sound Wave. Shout out to my boy Righteous. He's the one hosting and throwing the event. The homie Los G is gonna be there. Cito, LC200, and the homie Extra Great. So pull up. I'm gonna open up for the homies. I got my boy Deli joining me on my set. I got a couple other guests, homies pulling up. But yeah, if you're in the area, Friday, the Reef, 10 p.m. Boise, Idaho, downtown, free show. Pull up. We're gonna function. I got one hell of a set planned. I'm definitely gonna make people take some notes for sure on this performance we're gonna be doing on Friday. So yeah, if you guys ain't got nothing, or if you want something to do, pull up, come function with us.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Again, drink your water. Stay blessed. Have a good one. How's it going, everybody? Black Sauce here. Now we've reached to the part of my podcast where we go through plug talk. That is shout out to a few businesses around the Magic Valley area. If you mention to them that you heard it from my podcast, they will hook you up. Kimry's Recovery in Twin Falls. Just let them know that I sent you. Man, they really did help me through my addiction. They continue to help me. I do their alumni program on Thursdays evenings, where I can go and just share what I got going on. Also, I have Seth Hill over in Jerome, over at the liquidation store. He's offering 30% discount off any stock California mattress. Over at Ruby Mountain Motors, I have Greg. If you purchase a vehicle through him, it's the one on Blue Lakes. If you purchase a vehicle through him, I'll give you a $50 gift card if you tag me and mention that you heard it from my podcast. Also, over at Premier on Poline, if you go through Sam and purchase a vehicle, I will also do a $50 gift card towards you. If you go over to Jerome, over at Downpour Digs, it's a boot store, brand new. If you mention that you heard it from my podcast, any boot in that store is $10 off. Also, if you go over to Muscle Sport and order any other protein, any apparel, at the end when you're checking out, if you type in my code VALE and 941, again that's VALE 941. Type that in, you'll get a 10% discount. Again, thanks for listening. If you or anybody that you know wants to be mentioned at the end, get a hold of me through any of my social medias, and then we can discuss on maybe getting your business a shout out. Anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thanks again.